Amazon retail is a machine. If you want in roles like brand specialist or AVS, you need more than a pretty CV. You need a referral strategy that gets a human to actually see your profile. Leadership principle stories that land and the composure to deal with the bar raiser. I'll show you exactly what I did and what I do today again and how you can make Amazon say yes. Don't be dumb, be smart. Let's go. How I actually got in and why you should do the same. I didn't apply and pray. I asked a friend to refer me. That one move changes everything. A referral usually skips the harshest part of the ATS funnel and lands you on an actual recruiter's desk. And inside Amazon, white collar employees get real money when the referrals get hired. So it's not awkward to ask. If you're a match, it's a win-win. What Amazon retail actually hires for. Think of retail as a role owning a small business inside a big business. Brand specialists and AVS manager vendors and the day-to-day of availability, promotions and profitability. In-stock looks at forecasting, fill rate and PO cadence. Category and program roles care about pricing, selection and defect reduction. The thread that ties all of them together, you own a metric, you work cross-functionally and you move fast. If your CV doesn't say I owned X and moved Y, you look like a tourist. The CV that gets you the call. Your goal isn't to get hired, your first goal is to get the interview. Keep it one page. Start with a short summary that mirrors the job description. Vendor management, availability, promotions, basic PLN, Excel, SQL, stakeholder management. Write your experience as results, not responsibilities. Improve fill rate from 88 to 95% in 12 weeks. Chargeback down 27%. Automated weekly report, save 5 hours a week. Put the obvious tools where a robot expects them. Excel lookups, pivots, basic SQL, dashboards, any ERP or retail system. If it's true, add conversational German currently improving. That single line often moves your CV to the interview pile. Formatting matters less than parsing. Simple font, simple section titles, a clean doc, basic PDF. Keywords in your summary, skills and bullets. Your design doesn't get interviews. Keywords and proofs do. Everyone says know the leadership principles, but here's a practical version. Pick 6 and build stories you can actually deliver under pressure. Customer obsession, ownership, dive deep, bias for action, earn trust, deliver results. These dominate retail conversation. Use STAR methodology and keep it crisp. Situation, short context, and the pain. Task, what you personally were responsible for. Action, what you specifically did. Tools, analysis, stakeholders, trade-offs. And the result, a number of what changed because of you. Let me model it so you can hear the cadence. Imagine a classic availability situation. A top vendor's out of stock spiked and buy box share fell. Customers were literally bouncing to competitors. Task was I owned availability and set a goal to recover fill rate to 95% within 8 weeks. Action, I dove deep into 12-week of forecast error, lead times and PO cadence. I consolidated long tail SKUs that were creating prep defects. I aligned vendor operations on a tighter ordering rhythm. I built a simple weekly in-stock dashboard so the vendor internal teams could see the truth, and I raised the chargeback conversation to fix the prep errors upstream. Result, out of stock down 7 points, fill rate up 96% in 8 weeks. Chargebacks down 18%, buy box back at 94. That's a retail story. Metric, dive deep, ship, show numbers. If you do that, the job is yours. Or take promotions, the situation. Seasonal sales were flat and margins were getting squeezed. Tasks, increase promo lift by 10% without destroying margin. Action, I segmented SKUs by elasticity, proposed tiered discounts, coordinated with pricing and marketing so ad spend followed the high conversion SKUs, and put a post promo readout in place so we didn't argue on anecdotes. Result, promo lift up 13%, margin up 1.2, returns down 9%, and the vendor committed to a quarterly plan. If you don't have stories that neat yet, build adjacent ones from internships, uni projects, or smaller wins, and then stress test with AI. Ask ChatGPT to create these star drafts for each leadership principle to generate 20 follow-up questions per story. Practice the cross questions until you can answer in your sleep. Don't be dumb, be smart. Speak Amazon's language. Amazon interviewers think in availability, out of stock percentage, buy box, chargebacks, promotions, profitability, lead times, fill rate, forecast error, PO cadence, KPIs, month over month and year over year. If your current company doesn't talk like that, translate your experience into this dialect. We fix late deliveries becomes we reduce lead time variance and lifted fill rate. The moment you start speaking their language, you stop sounding like an outsider who researched a lot and start sounding like someone who can plug in on Monday. A simple trick: build a one-page glossary for yourself and keep it next to your camera while you practice. The goal isn't to show off terms, it is to be instantly understood. This is how people at Amazon are. The typical loop goes recruiter screening, hiring manager, deep dives, and then the bar raiser. The recruiter is quick: eligibility, location, compensation band, motivation. Keep it crisp and positive. The manager wants metrics and process. Walk one real problem end to end and show trade-offs. Deep dives will stress dive deep and ownership, data quality, constraints, stakeholder friction, and how you made a decision when things weren't perfect. The bar raiser is where a lot of good candidates get rattled. Bar raisers are trained to be neutral and sometimes intentionally cold. No small talk, straight into questions, flat tone. It's not personal. They're testing composure, clarity, and consistency across leadership principles. If the bar raiser says no, that's a veto. So don't mirror the coldness. You stay warm, structured, numerical. Answer in clean star, finish with the number, and if they ask you the same question in a slightly different way, give them the same backbone with a different angle, not a different story. A practice routine that works. Record yourself answering 6 leadership principle questions in 90 seconds each. Watch it back, cut the fluff. Make sure the result is a number and you explicitly say what you learned. If you're early in your career, you can still signal Amazon fit quickly. Pick a public brand and build a one-pager: price, stock, reviews, and a concrete in-stock fix with a simple promo plan. Quantify university work, build a KPI dashboard, reduce reporting time by 50%, presented decisions, ask classmates or alumni inside Amazon for referrals. They're your fastest path to a human. If it applies, add that German line on your CV that I always talk about: conversational German, currently improving. It helps you get the call. Most rejections aren't dramatic, they're silent. CVs full of helped and supported without any numbers. Responsibilities with no ownership. Beautiful plans with nothing shipped. Over-designed resumes that are under-keyworded for ATS. Never mentioning your German progress even though you're learning. And the big one, not practicing follow-ups. So when an interview asks why that specific metric, what failed, and what if the vendor refused, you freeze. Fix these and you leapfrog half the pipeline immediately. Amazon isn't magic, it's metrics, ownership, and speed, plus stories that prove you can dive deep and deliver results. I got in with the referral, I framed my experience in a leadership principle stories, and I spoke the retail language. You can do the same. If you want me to tear down your CV or help you craft 6 stories, drop a comment and I'll point you to the right next step, or build it with you in a future video. So like and subscribe and share this with a friend who's aiming for Amazon retail. See you in the next one. And remember, don't be dumb, be smart.